Well, we say no parang this year.
But wait, that ain't true.
No!
This year, Parang City will be transformed as we move to the Hillsborough Market Grounds. 2 nights of Parang, Hillsborough Market Grounds. Saturday, December 15th, we kick it off with the Night of Culture. Hosanna bands, cultural performances, live entertainment, choral singing, and much, much more. Then on Sunday, December 16th, the Mele starts. Mele Parang Night. 6 bands will be on stage, in addition to Linky, Hess, and the Boys of Grenada, Kingman and Jamo, and Mo Parang from Trinidad, Prince Unique, and Impulse. And what's incredible, admission is absolutely free all weekend long. Just support the food and the bar. With juggling by DJ Specialist, Dirty Sound, Pirate, powered by Foundation Sound. Parang 2018, bigger, better, Hillsborough Market Ground. Jericho, the tradition lives on. Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Government pension. What are the facts? Are all public workers entitled to pension? Are public workers owed gratuity? Here are the facts. Fact 1. The Pension Disqualification Act of 1983 was validated on April 21, 1985 by the democratically elected government led by former Prime Minister Herbert A. Blaise. This means that public workers employed after February 22, 1985 are not legally entitled to a pension from the government of Grenada. Fact 2. The judgment in the Hermelin Armstrong case does not create legal precedents for the reinstatement of pension to public workers employed after February 22, 1985. The judgment created a legal precedence only for those workers who joined the public service in a pensionable post between April 4, 1983 and February 22, 1985. There were 56 such workers. The government restored pension to those 56 workers in 2018 at a cost of $7.7 million. Fact 3. All officers employed in a pensionable post who joined the service after February 22, 1985 are not legally entitled to a pension from government. They are only entitled to a pension from NIS once they meet the necessary requirements as per the NIS Act. Fact 4. The Cabinet's decision in 2016 to reform pension is rooted in moral and social justice principles, and it is not a legal obligation. Therefore, any agreement on pension is a win for public workers. Fact 5. The MOU signed between government, the unions, and staff associations in February and March 2018 stated that the pension regime which will be implemented must be affordable and sustainable. Fact 6. The proposed pension regime for public workers employed between February 22, 1985 and December 31, 2018, as stated in the MOU, is a non-contributory pension plan. Therefore, no deductions will be taken from workers' salaries to finance their pension from government. Pensioners also benefit from any future negotiated salary increases. Fact 7. It was agreed by all parties that a worker's annual pension would be a minimum of 70% of their final salary to be paid jointly by the NIS and the government of Grenada. Fact 8. Government is not obligated to offer an advanced pension payment, commonly called a gratuity. Government has proposed to make an advanced pension payment of 2% of full pension, an amount it can practically and reasonably afford given its current and projected revenue stream. It should be noted that an advanced pension payment is a non-interest-bearing loan that the government grants to the pensioner, which must then be repaid in equal monthly installments in the form of a reduced monthly pension over 12.5 years. Fact 9. Under the proposed 2% advanced pension payment or gratuity, retirees will be entitled to a higher monthly pension than if a larger advanced payment was given. Fact 10. If the government accommodates any higher rate of gratuity, the implications would be severe for the country, as this will translate to higher taxes such as VAT, income tax and property tax, higher import duties, the possibility that hundreds of millions of dollars in grants would be lost, lower expenditure in critical areas such as healthcare, agriculture, roadworks and youth development, retrenchment of workers. These are the facts. Government is committed to an amicable resolution to the pension matter for the good of all Grenadians.
The new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Well, we seen no parang this year.
But wait, that ain't true.
No!
This year, Parang City will be transformed as we move to the Hillsborough Market Grounds. 2 nights of Parang, Hillsborough Market Grounds. Saturday, December 15th, we kick it off with the Night of Culture. Hosanna bands, cultural performances, live entertainment, choral singing, and much, much more. Then on Sunday, December 16th, the Mele starts. Mele Parang Night. 6 bands will be on stage, in addition to Linky, Hess, and the Boys of the Grenada, Kingman and Jamo, and Mo Parang from Trinidad, Prince Unique, and Impulse. And what's incredible, admission is absolutely free all weekend long. Just support the food and the bar. With juggling by DJ specialist Dirty Sound, Pirate, powered by Foundation Sound. Parang 2018, bigger, better. Hillsborough Market Ground, Jericho, the tradition lives on.
It is said that education is the key to success. The Grenada Development Bank believes this to be the truth, hence the reason we have made it our prerogative to ensure that your key is in safe hands with us. Here is how you can unlock your success with an education loan from the GDB. We offer you 3 loan options. We've got our regular student loan, our work-study student loan, and our special student loan. Our regular student loan is for persons who wish to pursue full-time tertiary level education. If you are a permanent employee who wish to study while continuing your employment, then our work-study loan is for you. Our special student loan is in collaboration with the Government of Grenada, geared towards vulnerable persons who would like to pursue higher level education. Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Yeah, Devon, we give them one steel pan. You think we should give them a second one?
We had to give them a second one. It's special music this morning. Today's Friday.
Today's Friday. It's Christmas time. We're going to give you a second piece. Let's give them a second one.
Especially for Depot.
Yeah.
Well, this is a real children parang. Children,
Yes, Uncle Jam.
are you ready?
Yes, Uncle Jam.
Juma, your mother calling you, boy. Imba.
Once again, good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Yes, it is Hard Talk. We're live on City Sound FM 97.5 FM.
89.5 CRFM out there in Manjaloo.
92.9 on the Sister Isles of Carriacou. Beautiful Hillsborough, Carriacou. That's Sister Isle FM.
And We Vibes Radio out there in cold and freezing Brooklyn.
You just like to interfere with these people and all kind of thing.
94.9 We Vibes Radio. Good morning to all my Brooklyn and New York fans.
You just like to interfere with people. Yes, they know it's cold. You have to be careful. Remember, when Dr. Fleming was here, our psychologist, he did say that this time of year can lead to depression. So we don't make them get depressed.
Right. I want all to get
because
depressed.
One, there are the financial issues that surround Christmas.
Yes.
I never hear anybody ever say they have enough money for Christmas. I've never met a person that satisfied and say they have enough money for Christmas. They always want more. So there's always that financial stress.
Yes.
There's that expectancy. There are all the other issues that surround the Christmas season. And then for those in the US, the UK, and Canada. It's also a very dark time of the year. Yeah, the sun.
Added attraction.
You doesn't even see the sun sometime, you know.
Added attraction.
Yeah, and even worse, if you're going to school, so I hear, all you up there got to tell us because you know me, I ain't. When them places start to get cold, that is when this guy does look not to be around up there. I just try my best not to be around them
This
time.
is not time. You see, December and January, perhaps a little bit in February, don't be up in this place.
Yeah.
It's
But
freezing.
what I do know is sometimes, according to the job that you're doing, you may leave at home while it's pitch dark, and you go into somewhere and you work and you come back out when it's pitch dark again. So
Yeah.
it's like you don't see the sunshine.
You don't.
Yeah, because
Not no sunshine.
limited hours of sunlight,
Very limited.
and in those limited hours, you sometimes you're inside a building.
Okay, all
So-
3-4 o'clock is dark, getting dark around the season time.
Yeah, so sometimes for days, you're just not seeing the sun.
I can't live so.
We're,
live so no
We're
more.
West Indians. We like sunshine.
I'll go on holiday as much as I can. Can't
Yeah.
live up there no more. But I'm in sympathy. I'm sympathizing with you guys out there.
Well, no. Hold on. Kenneth is saying that how they have a heat wave. It's 50 today. Yeah.
50?
Yeah, that is like what the air conditioner that we have inside here. That's somewhere. You're talking Fahrenheit. So one thing when them saying 50 and thing, I just deal with degrees Celsius. I don't deal with degrees Fahrenheit.
No,
you have to put that in degrees Celsius.
Put it in degrees Celsius. That's about
I don't know.
20. Let me see. It's down.
I don't know. You
it's about
had to tell me.
16, 17. Yeah.
See, that's why I like having a military guy
16,
inside
17,
here.
somewhere
Just come
around
with
there.
that in no time flat.
Yeah, somewhere around there, it's about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's too cold. I mean, that's still cold up there, man.
Yeah, but Kenneth, you do know that it would be much better to be in Brizan right now,
Yeah.
sipping some nice sorrel or ginger beer,
Correct.
with your ham just come off of the fire
Sure,
and so on,
that.
with some nice homemade bread. But the ham must have clover, and it must have pepper sauce, just in case you're that type of person, so that you can handle your ham.
I know about the clove because my mother used to make the ham.
Yeah, you know how nice it would be to be
spice
in Brizan there right now, sitting in the veranda, looking out at the Caribbean
oceans,
Sea and so on.
Ooh.
And you know, yeah, boy, you
Sparkling
cross your
sunshine.
leg there, you have some fish just fry and that kind of thing there, boy.
But you know what? Where I would love
and
to
you're drinking
be.
some nice cocoa tea.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to be at this point in time.
Only the man alone.
Right up to the
That's my
north.
bad.
You're talking about Bartway. You know, the sand glittering, sun busting out there. You know, I mean, oh man, it's Grenada. Why you? Anyhow, let me leave you guys alone. It's a time. It's time of the year that it's depression time. We don't want to add to that.
Oh shoot, that's what I was doing. Sorry.
So we apologize. We didn't want to really add
Devon,
to that.
today an extremely important day. The trade unions are meeting
Yeah,
with government as we
government.
speak.
Yeah, yeah.
They are to be meeting with the government negotiating team regarding the pension issue. All Grenadians, all patriotic Grenadians, if you're a hater, you're a hater, but all patriotic Grenadians pray for an amicable resolution to the issue today. We ain't want to go into next week with this thing over here.
Over here. Christmas, we must have Christmas nice, smooth, comfortable, knowing that come January everything is all right.
Yes, so the trade unions, not the trade union council, but the trade union team, because it's not all the trade unions. For instance, GMMIWU is not involved.
And CIWU.
They're not involved.
Bank and General Workers
They're not
Union,
involved. Seamen and Waterfront, they're not
They're not
involved.
involved.
So it's just the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Grenada Union of Teachers,
And
Public Workers Union, prison officers,
Police officers.
police officers, and nurses.
Nurses.
They are the ones involved. So we hope that an amicable, there's always use that word, an amicable.
Amicable
Yeah,
solution.
we do hope that an amicable solution comes forth today. Folks, before we got on air, myself and Devon, as we always do, having our background conversation here, we were trying to figure out if anybody knows what the meaning of Boxing Day is.
Yeah, why they call this thing Boxing Day?
All of
Anybody?
us celebrating Boxing Day.
Yeah.
When I was a child growing up, I always thought Boxing Day was the day you saw them boxing match.
Yeah, I
So I
thought
always used to think it was
exactly.
something that had to do with
With
boxing
some
matches.
boxing, yeah, looking out for some big boxing, international boxing.
So I used to think
or
that's the
something,
day that
yeah.
you have people like Mike Tyson and them would have
Yeah,
be
them kind of
fighting
fella
and George
Muhammad Ali
Foreman.
and,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. Somebody tell us,
So-
why is Boxing Day?
What I have researched in that space of time, and I've found two bits. In parts of the British Commonwealth, a public holiday is celebrated on the first day, strictly the first weekday after Christmas Day. But that's not true. It's not strictly the first weekday. Boxing Day for us could be a Saturday.
Yeah.
It could be a Sunday. So it's not strictly the first work day after Christmas Day for us. It could be any day.
And
Yeah.
any day after Christmas.
Yeah.
But that don't give us anything about the name boxing.
I'm also seeing here it says, let me just get this. Yeah. I'm also seeing here it says, why is it called Boxing Day? The moniker comes from the tradition of Christmas boxes, gifts of money or goods given to tradespeople and servants on the day after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So the day after Christmas, you usually go around with a box with a gift, or you take money and you give to tradespeople, like the people who serving you for the baker. You pass by the baker and you say, "Baker, whole year eating your bread and thing, look back something," and you give them something in a box. Or the shoemaker. We don't have shoemakers again, but back in the days, that was a big thing. So you bring it by the shoemaker. If you tell somebody it was a
Bring it by the
tailor, or your
Seamstress.
servants
Yeah.
for the back in those days, the plantation society.
It's a European thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the plantation society would have had the servants and so on. In some countries we call them slaves. Some they say servants.
This is servants.
Yeah, so they would have been presented with a box with gifts in it. Somehow I feel like after Massa and them eat and thing and they finish, they just used to take what remain and throw in a box and hand us. You ain't find so Devon? I feel as after Massa and them finish and so and they eat what they want and they do what they want.
Yeah,
They just used to throw whatever in a box and hand it.
Yeah, or not only that, the next day, with all the is throw box day. I mean, all the boxes that they get, whether you have thing in it or not, they throwing it out, and who they throwing it out for? Knowing the reputation of these people back in the day,
Yeah. So, but the thing is, you see, all of us celebrating, and nearly none of us know.
And seriously,
Nearly none of us know.
I've
and we've
never
been celebrating this thing, and
for
nearly none of
years.
us-
For me, more than 40 years, I've been
Same here.
celebrating this thing, and I
Not knowing. Today's the first day I know really what Boxing Day
Yeah,
really stands for.
and
So on
it's
Boxing Day is supposed to continue giving presents.
continue giving presents.
So Christmas Day is presents for family. Boxing Day.
It's-
The thing is that all of these things have become so commercialized. It's all about how much money individuals can spend,
or make.
and then you have different individuals who make the majority of money out of Christmas, but what do they actually give back to the Christmas time?
Nothing.
You don't see them go to a home. There are people that make millions of dollars off of Christmas. Do you see them go to one of the homes for the aged and say that they're staging a dinner for them?
Yep. At
No,
least,
seriously, let's
at
have that
least, At least
conversation.
once a year.
Well, even
know?
for the Christmas time itself, there are merchants, there are different companies that make millions of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating, millions. Do they go and say, okay, we're going to a home for the aged and bring some Christmas cheer to them that we're going to have, bring a dinner for them? Or do they go to the homes, the children's homes, and decide that they're making a donation at that point in time or any other time? But we spend loads of money with these individuals every Christmas. Is that fair?
No. And beyond that, I really want to say congratulations to Grenville Credit Union and the other corporate citizens that this year again gave to the Cajuna home in St. Andrews. Very good gesture. You know, they have been the recipient of money so they can help to upgrade and make it much easier for our senior citizens who reside in that home situated in Lafayette. And so hey, kudos to all the corporate citizens, you know, leading the way, Cooperative Bank, and one or two others who have donated large sums of money towards the upliftment and so of the Cajuna home. Yeah. Well
and
deserved.
I think that if you really want to bring the Christmas cheer, I think our business community needs to become more and more involved.
Much more active.
And St. George should not just look the same old way.
No.
And I'm gonna stretch it here to say between the mid to end of November and the middle of February, St. George, our capital city, should not look the same. And it cannot be that government has to come and do it. It must be that the business community, because they are the ones that are going to benefit when people get into the Christmas feeling and they decide they want to spend the money. So whether it's getting together, working along with government and deciding you're going to put up lights and decoration and so on.
Exactly.
Or you're going to call Angel Harps and you're going to call Comancheros and you're going to call Rainbow City and Grand Roy Pan Angels and so on, and River Road, Pan Wizards, wherever you're going to bring everybody together, and you're going to have some different locations in the town so somebody could come into town. Imagine if you dress up Melville Street and you say on Sunday you're coming there, and when you go down by Republic Bank, there's a steel band playing there. And you go over by the market, there's another steel band there.
By the bus
And
terminus.
there's another steel band there. So they have different steel bands playing at different locations around the town, and so and there's something to look at. You have the Christmas display. No, I ain't believing no snowman and no reindeer, and that is not Grenadian.
We ain't got no snow here in Grenada.
We are no snow. We are no reindeer. We are Guti. Not Guti, tattoo.
And we ain't no chimney. So nobody could come through the chimney.
Nah, boy, it's a chimney, boy. Boy, if you go by River Antwine a chimney. But if Santa Claus go down that chimney, coming out Wellstone.
Wellstone coming out.
If Santa Claus only go down River Antwine chimney, when he come out from there,
but you know,
he can't go to next country when he done.
Santa, what? The Santa Claus story is the best, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
folks, before we go further, at 11 o'clock, we have some audio that we want to play for you. It's a very important, especially, and it's timely at this point in time. It's a speech that was delivered by Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Caribbean Union of Teachers Educational Conference that's taking place here in Grenada. And he did a speech on the issue of leadership. And believe me, Devon, you know, Dr. Mitchell has out a book on his speeches. This speech belongs in that book. When he laid out exactly what is a leader. Mr. Technical Man, you ready for us? We could go at 11 with it, right? All right, yeah. So at 11, we're going to go with that speech. Because I think, and I'm going to play it in its entirety, because I think it is extremely important that folks hear. So folks, believe me, especially on a day like today, when we are looking at different things. We're looking at, hey, Mr. Technical Money, I was looking at Christmas Day, boy.
Yeah, I find it's gonna jingle bells, thing.
And the thing is, we had it, no, but we have pine tree in Grenada. Yeah. If you're going up Granada Day,
we are pine. And what don't feel because all this see the little decoration, that mean we having a good Christmas, you know. All it make us have a good Christmas. 3 of us inside there. See how we there? Make us have a good Christmas.
You start to
Right.
sound like a certain talk show host. Eh? Remember, I wasn't the one that said that. I wasn't the one that said that.
It's Christmas.
I could. I could. Hey, let's say a special good morning to, to our good friend Augustine. He's here. And he's here.
Okay.
And so we say a special good morning to him, and we hope he has a wonderful day. Hey, my good friend, Mr. Crow. Yeah, Mr. Crow. Morning, sir. I hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning in Willis.
Yes.
He usually calls for the Hunters Association.
That's the man. Yeah, that's the man. Hey, and a long time I've say hello and hi to our good friends down there in Granans. That's Martin and his wife. Yeah, good morning to you.
And I saw her in town, but I was driving, so I didn't get. And you know, when you're driving, sometimes you didn't get a chance to stop, and so I had to pay attention. So that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes. That's an unbreakable couple.
Yeah, lovely people, huh?
Oh, wonderful
lovely people.
Man.
And Martin used to drop me to school. So.
Well, he's dropping you to school. Imagine me.
He used to drop you to school.
Well, not dropping to school, but I see use Martin bus going GBSS. When if you going down that side.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. He used to drop me to school.
Yeah, you understand?
He used to drive for Springs.
So imagine the amount of time he has been providing that service, for the people around that area.
Wow. Yeah. Fort Bragg, North Carolina, sending out greetings to Grenada. That's a Marine, man.
Yeah,
that's a Marine.
Yeah, hey, Fort Bragg.
Marine Martin. Yeah.
Hope you guys having a wonderful Christmas. And what I make sure Trump give all enough equipment, eh? All right.
No, I want to give them that.
Yeah,
Augustine is asking, do we still light a national Christmas tree? What I could tell you, Augustine, is that on
today.
Today. Christmas in the gardens.
Yeah, but it's only for one day though. Just today.
Christmas in the gardens, and I'm so ashamed. I'm supposed to know a lot more in relation to this.
Shoma.
But sometimes I just kind of zone out on certain things. So let me send a WhatsApp.
Shamoy.
Don't shout it, Mike. So let me see. Let me see if I could get her there. Nice. And we want to see. She usually listens, huh?
Yeah.
She usually listens.
Hannah, I do not know, but the last day I went to a speech night in GBSS. I'm ashamed to say that.
There's a call.
Last night. Good morning and welcome.
Yo, Martin, you still Martin for all them new ball you give him in them GBSS days, Martin, Kukuti, Johnny, and Slim, all them people, you give all them new ball. You pay them, you catch up on your payment.
Boy, them time was 25 cents and thing for bus.
50 cents. You should get on Martin bus one of these days and just give, when you get now, give 50 cents.
Yeah. He go remind, he go say, boy, what's wrong with you?
School age price.
Yeah, school age price, 25 and 50 cents. Yeah, and we still used to give them, we used to scheme. Drop out from the bus and run behind the bus. So we have an extra 25 cents or 50 cents to spend. You understand? That is the fun. So what's up, my brother?
Just, holding on in some country. You go.
I ain't envy you at all.
A rainy day and the outside. Well, not really rainy. The rain has subsided. It's cloudy.
And it's cold.
Decent weather. It's like 50-some degrees on the outside.
Oh, please, man. It's freezing. You afraid to say that? Say it's freezing.
Nah, I ain't freezing, man. You have an Indian summer today. It's today and tomorrow.
Oh, you call that Indian summer? Indian summer, you call that?
Yeah, Indian summer.
All right. So how the Christmas shaping up out there, man?
Square. Everything in a box.
Like Boxing Day.
Everything in a box.
Oh boy.
Only 4 hours are quiet too. I'm them. You have punch in the water.
Nah, he engage otherwise.
Oh yeah, engage otherwise. Alright guys, you guys go ahead and do your Nick morning.
Alright, my brother.
Alright.
One love, take care.
Yes, indeed. So while I was talking, I made sure that I got Sherma Wells online. Good morning. Hello.
How she taking
Tati
long
Sherms.
so?
Yes, my dear.
Yes, well, we have you live now. Good morning.
I came looking for you yesterday, but you weren't on yet. Wasn't your time yet.
Okay.
Everything is about timing.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah?
So how is
And
everything?
how is Mr. Romain doing this morning?
Well, I was waiting for that greeting.
You sound very low.
I said I was waiting on that greeting.
You're waiting?
He was waiting on that greeting.
Oh, of course you know I was not forget you. You're a very important person. Go on the Carolina some weeks ago, you didn't even turn around. You're a real busy businessman, man.
I'm sorry for that.
Well, my friends, let me greet you. Millions of people listening all over the world to you. That's true, you know. It's Christmas in the Gardens coming up on Sunday, Sheldon.
Yeah.
And right now we ready to roar. We're ready to go. Things are working out nicely. Everything so far, thank God, in place. And we're looking forward to a bumper day on Sunday. As you would know, Sheldon, you know more than Romain on this because you're on the Cultural Foundation Board. It's a family affair that's going to take place down at the Botanical Gardens. We kick off from 3 in the afternoon. For the children, we have the bouncing castle, the face painting, the trinkets on sale. And then we move into the lighting up of the gardens. Santa Claus is going to come in. We have Pan Wizard's going to be there with us. We have Santa with all the joy and the toys for the children. They get an opportunity to take out their photo with Santa. We collaborate with Photomax and they get that photo right there. You know, it's just a joyous occasion. They wait for the lights to come on. The garden's going to be lit, as you know, young people have this big L-I-T, but lit means the light. You know that too. So we're playing on it. We're playing on the word. And it's just going to be an awesome occasion. A number of performances from Parang. We have people like Steve Theodore is going to be there. We have a live band, Nordley and that band. Rita Augustine. Rita is a dynamic performer, not just a singer. She really gets people moving. We have Tamara St. Bernard, a number of young, talented singers. They're going to be bringing their Christmas repertoire for us in the gardens on Sunday.
Nice.
So it is a wholesome family event. A number of vendors going to be there. As a matter of fact, up to yesterday, another one called. They want to be there. You have things that you can purchase for Christmas season as gifts. We also have our food vendors, and we encourage them to do things like bake fish cake and that sort of thing. Of course, you get the regular fries and so on too, but, you know, we are very cultural, so we like to have a touch of the local cuisine. There's going to be a bar there, and I say a bar because I want to say to the men, this is a family occasion, and the family consists of men. So don't feel you're going to come there and you're not going to get what you like to drink. We accommodate you as well. Bring all the family. There's going to be popcorn. There's going to be ice cream on sale. That's a wonderful family occasion, keeping that Christmas spirit intact as we know it, you know, creating that cultural environment so we can say that, hey, it is Christmas. So, guys, we invite everybody across the aisle to come down and be a part of it on Sunday. It starts at 3. We're hoping by 9:30 we should be finished with a concert and people can get home early. Who needs to go elsewhere can do so. Yeah? How a song?
Yes, your song nice, but I mean, you know,
Hello?
No, you're not hearing us. Yeah, you know, we love to hear you, so we just letting you talk, you know. We're just making sure and let you talk.
Listen, if I may say this, our Santa Claus is coming down from way, way, way up in the North Pole above Canada. That's where he is. That's where he's coming down from. As a matter of fact, I got a message from him, and he's on his way. He's coming this time from way. Last year, he came way, way up from the United States, up in the North Pole in that area. He's all the way passing through Canada, coming down and coming into Grenada. So he's going to be here on time and ready to bring that joy to the children in the garden. So we're good to go. The toys are looking fabulous. I collected the toys for Santa. He said, listen, I'm going to send out my shipment of toys in advance, you know? And I collected them yesterday, and wow, I feel like I want to be a child again and sit in Santa lap and get a toy and feel that big Christmas spirit
Miss
that
Wells,
you feel as a child.
Miss Wells,
what y'all think?
You want to sit in Santa lap right now, right?
Oh my goodness!
I think we want to do Santa that.
I could hardly hear you, but nevertheless, guys,
you know it's a
we're
mobile.
looking forward to really having a wonderful, wonderful time in the gardens, especially for the little ones. We know that it's a special time of year for them, and we want to bring that joy to them and do have a wholesome family event. No issues of problems with what the content that we have. The music is clean. The activity is very wholesome for family. So we welcome them in the gardens. Got you.
All right.
Love you both.
All right.
Thank you so very much.
Have a wonderful day, my friend.
You enjoy the rest of your day today.
I will. I'm coming up your way around 1 o'clock, so I'll probably see y'all.
I'll hang around. Okay,
all
bye-bye.
Right, good. Bye.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Tech, we had to sort out our phone line. I find it giving some problems these last few days, more than normal, but it's giving some problems. So here's what,
Christmas
the
time.
audio we was going to play at 11. We'll hold off until 11:30 and play it. Because I want everybody to tell somebody. It's a very important message that was delivered at the Caribbean Union of Teachers meeting last night. So you had teachers from around the Caribbean region were at the Grenada Trade Center last night, and you had a speech. And in my belief, and you know, I've been following Dr. Mitchell for many, many years, and I've heard numerous speeches from him, be it immediately after Hurricane Ivan, to give some sort of hope to Grenadians, or the speech election night 2013, which in my book goes down as one of his best speeches ever. It was an off-the-cuff speech. That speech on the election night 2013, one of the best speeches I've heard.
I've never paid attention before that to much of Dr. Mitchell's speeches, but on that night.
Yeah, it was a speech. He could have easily gone on that night and taken the approach of, well, we win, and we beat everybody.
Yeah, we back again.
We back again.
Yeah.
And don't worry, all we coming for all you. But instead of that approach was, yes, God has given us a responsibility, and even though there are winners and there are losers, it's one Grenada. And all of us belong to that one Grenada. All of us want to see that one Grenada move forward. Yep. So that's when he called on Madonna Harford, and he called on Senator Chester Humphrey, and he called on all different persons to come together to move Grenada forward. And that's why, if he had not taken that approach, we would not be where we are right now. Definitely, had he taken the arrogant, egotistical approach, we would not have been where we are right now. When it looks at the economy building, and you're hearing that people right now are complaining that it's Christmas time and they're looking to rebuild a little cupboard, and they're looking to redo cabinet, and they can't find fellas to do it. They can't find fellas to do it because the guys are them tied up in construction.
I want a mason right now to do just a little work for me, and I can't get it.
You can't get them. Even on a Sunday, the guys can't. They don't have the time. Some of these guys, when they get home, they have their own thing to do on their own place. Yeah. So you just can't find them. You can't get guys to do jobs, and so it's a complaint, and it's a nice complaint that we like them kind of complaint. Oh, yeah. We mind hearing them kind of complaint.
You can make all that complaint for the whole year.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. That's good music to the ears. Like sweet reggae music.
Yeah, we don't mind.
Don't mind hearing that.
We have a caller online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning to Mr. Sheldon Devon.
Morning, Kami.
Devon.
Darling.
Good morning. Good morning to Grenada. You hearing me?
Yeah, we hearing you,
We're
darling.
hearing you clearly.
Hey.
We're hearing you. Yeah, we're hearing you. You go right
morning,
ahead.
Shema West. Good morning. I hear she says she talked to Santa Claus. Morning, darling. Devon and Sheldon.
Yes.
I have this sorry for y'all, so please
I pass in for
make
it.
sure you pass for it today.
Say no
because
more.
I cannot stay in the fridge on the bus. I'll leave the fridge on.
Okay.
So make sure y'all pass and pick it up today.
You don't want to tell me
You
twice.
hear me?
Yes,
I will
darling.
come.
Yes, darling.
Sorry.
We hear
Yes.
you.
We'll be
And
there.
morning to Mr. Watts and his wife and Zingo and everybody in America. All you stay warm. Well, it's a beautiful day in Grenada today. A lot of tourists in the city. Sun shining. And I sell it out today. How about it special today? I love me pizza.
$5
Anybody
special.
pass, they could get something for $5. Have a lot of cosmetics.
$5
So they could pass
special.
them and get out and watch it. I'm trying to sell what I have.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
All right.
So everybody have a blessed weekend.
All right, my
And
love.
things happening down here. So that's slow still for the morning. So you all have a blessed day. Cathy and Matthew and Cathy and Cox. And everybody in England, Canada. We have a lot of sorry in Grenada right now. The peace kind of coming slow. We ain't seen that yet. But things happening. And you all have a blessed day. But make sure all you pass for this thing, eh?
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a blessed day.
All right, Mom.
All right, mommy. You know, you're not to see that twice.
Yeah.
I'll be down there.
I'll come in, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I gave mine before, so I'll come in for mine again.
Yeah. I ain't sure if mine go reach home, but... Oops, Brenda listening?
Oh, our good friend at Fort Bragg, he's
Yes.
asking for us to send some rivers. Boss, don't worry. Once we are anybody heading your direction, rivers on the way.
Boss, be careful what you ask for, you know.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is rivers. They might not allow that on the base. They might consider that explosives.
The real rivers.
Next thing they say, we carrying out terroristic activities.
We go put in a drone and send it up.
Transporting dangerous chemicals across international lines.
Man, the rivers is...
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
man.
we have a call on the line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
Morning.
Good
Morning.
morning, my friend.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Go right ahead.
Yes.
Morning.
Hello, good morning. Go right ahead, caller.
We like to have a related birthday for a centurion.
Yeah.
This lady, she lives in Ladig.
Yes.
She's 100 plus.
Wow. What's her name?
Yeah. Her name is Toy Whisper Punch. We like to thank the honorable lady, Miss Yolande Bain Husford, for the wonderful flowers on her friend, on her staff. We like to thank the General Hospital, the doctors and nurses, for the wonderful health treatment she got. We also like to thank the doctor, matron and staff at the Seventh-day Adventist home in Victoria. We like to thank Miss Annie for the beautiful cake she made for her. We always like to thank all the people around who knows her in Ladig. This is come from the Punch family and the Hard Top family. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so very much.
Yeah, happy birthday.
As well, we have to say a belated happy birthday to Massime.
Yeah.
Out there in Carriacou, 117.
17, the eldest citizen in Grenada.
Not only in Grenada, but there is a distinct possibility she may be the eldest person in the world right now.
At this point in time. Yeah.
The thing is that they usually verify via birth certificate. So if she does have a birth certificate, or if one can be obtained for her, because I believe she was born in Venezuela.
Yeah.
So if a actual birth certificate can be obtained for her, it may be confirmed that Grenada, your country, has the eldest living person on the planet right now. Because I think right now the person there is 115 or 116 or something, and she's 117.
She's 117 right now.
We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning, Mr. Sheldon Scott Devon.
Morning.
Morning, my friend.
Mr. Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Yeah, I realize, man. How you going?
I don't hear you.
Oh, boy. Zim, no matter how much I put up this, they're not hearing.
Morning.
You're hearing better now? I can't just send the volume up. I'll have to do it like this. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, go right ahead, my brother. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Tomorrow having a parang. Yeah.
Come on, yeah, pay attention to us on the phone, brother. That is why you're not hearing us. Pay attention to the phone line.
Tomorrow, please, God, I'm having a parang. And I want you and Mr. Devon to be around.
What time? Because I'm not sure how many are in.
That time about 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna try to pass around that time.
I'll do the by the radio.
Okay. All right. Hello.
There you going?
Yeah. Folks, remember when you're calling, listen on the phone, because I was hearing the thing in the background, which means that you was listening to that to hear us respond. So you had to listen to the phone line. If you're listening, otherwise you wouldn't hear us. Over the holiday season, Zim, I think we had to do some technical work here.
Some maintenance.
So that we could get these phone calls clear. GT, yeah, we must sort it out once and for all, because it's beginning to become problematic now for some of the callers. Well, nearly all the callers now are not hearing anything that we're saying. So, technical man, do the technical work. Huh? Changing the channel ain't solving the problem. As you change the channel how much time and the same problem cropping up. Something else had to fix.
Deepo, good morning. You are funny, man. Deepo is saying, the Centurion, my wife's family. So you know who would be getting the insurance.
Deepo, behave yourself, eh? Right. But yeah, you've got, and that's wonderful that you have some individuals who have been able to cross that 3-figure mark.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, Massimi, again, if I'm not too sure if she has a birth certificate. Once she has a birth certificate,
she could be verified,
and that information can be verified. I'm pretty sure we would be able to verify that Grenada has well, let me say Carriacou, eh? Yeah. All of Grenada is the state of Grenada.
State of Grenada.
Right. But out there in Carriacou resides the eldest person on the planet.
Let me ask you something, Sheldon.
She was alive when Hitler was alive.
Yeah. Based on the information that you may have, or it's wrong, what is the age of the oldest person that ever lived? That we know of?
I'd have to Google that. But I think they had somebody about 127. On record, recorded.
On record, yeah, recorded.
Recorded. If you're talking about the Bible, you know, man.
Well, yeah, 800 and 900 years and things.
Yeah, but recorded in recent recorded history, I think it's about 127. Oldest person ever, right?
Ever lived, yeah. Had to be a Russian or something.
122 years now, France. 122 years.
A French and a woman, right?
Confirmed, yeah.
Yeah. Women always outlive men, most times.
Right, and
122.
Right now, they are claiming that since the death of 113-year-old Francisco Nunez Oliveira of Spain on the 29th of January 2018, 113-year-old Masno Nonaka of Japan, born in 1905, is the world's oldest verified living
we beaten that
person. So,
we beaten that.
Yeah, 113, we beaten that by
we beaten out 4 years.
Yeah.
Deepo, verified, and we had a record.
Yeah.
I know you can. Verified.
Yeah, so we could beat that.
Yeah,
man.
we could beat that, man. We could beat that by a good 3 years.
Yeah, we beaten that by quite a bit. So it's 14 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock, and again, we continue to say that we hope that today's discussion comes to an amicable solution.
Yeah, bear fruit.
The team from the GUT, TAU, Public Workers Union, prisons, police, and nurses, the team representing them, are meeting with the government's pension team, and they will be coming out of that meeting today, we hope, with good news.
Yeah. Christmas.
Yeah, we hope that they're coming out with good news from that meeting. Yeah? Because not that it's
I have confidence in all the negotiations and so on.
And let's hope that individuals go there to negotiate. Not go with an inflexible position, but go with the will to negotiate, which is why, again, I'm saying that in 15 minutes we'll be playing that speech, and it's a very, very strong speech. And anyone that has interest in leadership, even if it's in the church, you know, we got leadership at different levels, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You have leadership in the church, a church group, a village group. You have a person that people look at like a block captain in the area. That anything happening, that's the person you go to. Even if somebody fall ill, the person is a doctor, you know, but that's the person you run into.
That's the person
you say, call so and so, call their phone. Yeah. Something happened in the area, call their phone. You understand? So you always have the people in different areas who are like leaders. block captain, as scholars say, heroes.
And you know, that is some of the things that we lack in this time, in most of our communities, right? The community groups, right? Leaders that can be identified based on their performance through, within the groups and so within the villages and so, right? I think we need to get, restart all these organizations, the village groups, the community, the sports groups and all that sort of thing, because that's where our leaders, most of them come from, right within our balls, right within the activities that take place, right within our communities. We identify leaders from there, and it's something that we must revisit, vigorously too, because the lack of leadership within our communities, man, it's concerning, very much so. They are leaders, but how much of them are willing to come forward to do what needs to be done?
If you're a leader and you're not willing to step forward, you're not a leader. Yeah, leaders will step forward. So, as I said, it could be within a school, it could be within a group, a church group, even within a family. Yeah, you have people who step up as leaders. There's sometimes you have a child in a family, and it's strange the amount of emphasis that the parents put on that child as a leader.
Yeah.
They're making a decision, and you'll be surprised that they ask the child's opinion and that sort of thing. They may not even be a child. They may be a little teenager. They may be a big and so, but they're still a child of the parent. And they ask for their information and so on. Folks, if you want to call in, 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside.
347-329-3101. One of the things I always instill, though, in Isaiah and Anissa as they're growing up, you are leaders, not followers. Always be a leader, in your own right. Lead.
Yeah, Deepo is saying that the oldest person ever is Methuselah, and still have people in Grenada that used to
line with him. I believe so too, eh? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
When you have some old tests and things still alive, and so,
One of the important things, though, is that, yes, we have people that are 117, 100 plus. Who is recording their history?
Yeah.
Who is going to them and recording their history? I mentioned something a little earlier. For instance, shoemakers. We no longer have shoemakers in Grenada. We don't. You have people who repair shoes. But you don't have shoemakers.
Yeah, he does.
You don't have somebody with a last that you could go and they take your size of your foot.
He does.
To make a shoe or to make a sandals?
No, to make a shoes. He does.
Where?
I know of a gentleman living right in Grambras.
That's still making shoes?
Still, he makes shoes.
I could go and get a leather shoes made by him?
Yeah, once he has the leather and he has all the little equipment and so.
Because growing up, that was one thing that I had in my village, that you had an individual
Shoemaker.
And he used to just make you stand up on a piece of thing and he draw
and
the
just
shape of your foot.
And
by the time he draw that shape of that thing, till you come back in 2-3 days and you get in a shoe.
And you're getting your shoes.
Yeah. Some of them shoes and them still dangerous. But them thing get rotten.
Good leather. But no, you don't have good leather right now. Even the leather coming from Trinidad.
No, you see some is leather.
It's more commercialized right now. And everything they try to cut down on the strength of everything.
But you see, it's different things like that. The cocoa loot man, who's teaching people how to make the cocoa loot. You had the people that used to make the beetle traps and those kind of thing, using different things like the pawpaw stem and this and that and so on, make the little traps.
Even the crab traps, the mongoose.
The mongoose traps
and everything
and
like
those
that.
things.
Yeah.
Who's passing on that oral history to the next generation? Who's passing on the how to make a top? Because I'm pretty sure if you walk into any secondary school now,
they can't.
You cannot find a single child. I challenge you. You cannot find a single child in a secondary school on the island of Grenada in the year 2018 that knows how to make a top. They don't know. They'll ask you, in fact, they might ask you what top you're talking about. That is the top that
they wear,
They don't know what it is.
No, that's serious. Another thing again, we used to use in the river, man, the fish pot in the river. You don't see persons engaging in that. Rare, very rare. You might see that. You may have to go way up into the countryside, and so right, and you may see one or two of the elder folks doing that. A lot of things that we just miss out, and we can't teach the young ones.
I see a lot of it was lost. A lot of it has been lost. And recently,
yeah.
I've been doing some research online. I'm always researching stuff online, and I've been doing some research online and of some stuff out of Grenada and Carriacou from back in the 1960s, the period 1960s, 1950s, and so.
Yeah.
Folks, if you're looking online, there are actually videos of Grenada in the you could even find as far back as the 1930s.
Wow.
Videos of Grenada, the town of St. George, and one or two other areas.
Very interesting.
As far back as the 1930s, there's video existing online. If you really want to find it, you'll know where to find it. I usually find them and catalog them, so I know where to go back and get them. The 1930s, the 1940s, the 1950s, the 1960s, the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, and the 2000s. So there's a lot of archival footage that's there. One of them that I came across were of some singers in the Croshoe area, I believe St. Andrew Croshoe area, and that would have been back from the 1960s. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people up there. That's their great-grandfather and these people.
Area.
Yeah. So there's a lot of footage
from that
of these things. In fact, I was lucky enough to actually find audio of my own grandmother, who I never met. She died in 1972, and I would have never met my grandmother. So I never had, I was born long after that. I wasn't even a thought in my brother before me wasn't even a thought in 1972, much less for me being a thought. But I was actually able to get several audio recordings of my own grandmother out of Carriacou, my father's mother out of Carriacou. I got audio recordings of that. I was trying hard to find video, boy, but I ain't getting the video.
Forget that.
I ain't getting there are pictures, and I can't identify to say this is her, that is her. I just send that for some cousins and aunt
who
and
may
them.
know, have an idea.
But
hey, good morning.
Several pictures, even Carriacou. There's some footage of a boat ride from Grenada to Carriacou to Grenada. I'm talking about the 1950s and that them old wooden boat. You know, them days is no Osprey and them thing. That's recent thing.
And then them boats are sailed back in them days. Hey, good morning, Jamaica. Ricardo, good morning to you.
I haven't seen Ricardo for a while. He hasn't been with us for a while. Folks, right now I want you to like and share, because in exactly 7 minutes we'll be starting that audio. Mr. Tech, in exactly 7 minutes we're starting that audio, right? Yeah, we're starting a video of it too online. So we're going to start that. And we want you to listen carefully. As I said, I've heard many speeches by Dr. Mitchell before. Excellent speech, but this particular one, at least for me, that speaks to the issue of leadership, as he speaks to the Caribbean Union of Teachers and so on, is one of the best, if not the best. It's one of the best. And that's why we're going to make sure and take the time and play it for you, because it's important. I think it helps each and every one of us. It helps each and every one of us. So it's important. So we're going to be playing that in exactly 6 minutes. Yeah, the time counting down. In exactly 6 minutes. Yeah? Strange Duncan hasn't come in today to call anybody.
I heard a voice, you know. I think she's right there.
Duncan there?
Yeah, I heard a voice. Duncan?
So, Mr. Tech, 5 minutes. Oh, she's there.
Yeah, no, I heard a Duncan voice. She want Naz today. Naz go and meet her.
Hi, Miss Duncan.
Hi, Miss Duncan. How you doing?
How are you doing today? I'm good. Step here. The people want to see what Miss Duncan look like. Come, Miss Duncan. People want to see what Miss Duncan look like. Come. Stand here.
Everybody want to see what Miss Duncan.
Duck a little bit. Duck a little bit.
Nice. Duck a little bit.
They want to see what Miss Duncan looks like. No, you're hiding behind the thing. You're come also. Right. Yeah. They wanted to see what Miss Duncan looks like. Thank you, Miss Duncan.
Next thing, the other ladies looking for Miss Duncan around, you know. that Miss Duncan? Miss Duncan, okay.
Yes, indeed, folks. So, yeah, in a few minutes, we're going to be playing that audio. As we said, it's very important. I think it's very important. Even last night, there was a personal development session at the Grenada Trade Center Annex by Mr. Ian Blanchard. He's the former CEO of the... Well, Cable and Wireless, I think it was at the point in time, or Cable and Wireless, I think it was at the time. So he was the former manager there, not CEO, manager of Cable and Wireless, and so it's an individual who over the years I've heard doing various personal development sessions, and that was a wonderful one. That was a wonderful one as well. But as I said, in a few minutes, we'll be going over to that video and that audio because we think it's important that you hear. Yeah, we think it's important that you hear. So today, we pray that we enter the weekend with a resolution to this particular issue of the trade unions. We hope that we enter into the weekend with a resolution to this particular issue. And because we all pay the price when these things don't go the right way. Huh? We all pay the price.
And you see how important the whole element of negotiation is. The more you negotiate, you come closer to an agreement. Yeah. And I think that is where unions and government and everybody is at right now. They
negotiation, not egotistical, sticking to one position. Negotiation. Yeah? You can't go to negotiate and you're just not changing your mind or you have a inflexible position and that sort of thing. There must be negotiation. There must be two sides coming together and deciding that this is what is in the best interest of everyone. That is what must take place. Yeah?
Good, folks. Good morning to all the parliamentarians, wherever you are, whether you're in constituency, in your office. Good morning to all of you, especially the St. Andrews 4. I had a Robertine.
One of the things that people have to remember is that Parang starts the day in Carriacou. Yeah.
It's a big weekend in
Parang weekend. It's Parang weekend. They actually, because I think there's been some information going around that there's no Parang in Carriacou this year. There is Parang. It takes a different format, but there is Parang in Carriacou this weekend. It starts tonight. Well, it's been going on because they had the Parang train in 6 roads 2 nights ago. So they've been going around. But the Parang, they're going to be having Parang tonight, tomorrow night, and then the big melee on Sunday. They won't have a competition, and entrance is free, so you don't have to pay. Plus, they have 1 or 2 artists, and so some regional artists will be performing on Sunday. Entrance free, just support the bar and support the food that's on sale. So you don't have to pay. That's a new format.
Go.
And they're back in Hillsborough, Nazim. It's being held in Hillsborough, or it's down Lauriston? Market Square. Okay, so it's in the Market Square.
So they're back
wonderful.
Central.
So it didn't go back on the tennis court. Back in the days of the tennis court, that used to hot now. Yeah, boy.
Right now I could do some barbecue lambi.
Barbecue lambi, that believe me, I think because as you barbecue lambi, back up and running
right now.
Yeah. So folks, it's about this time that we're gonna go into that address by Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. We're gonna play that right about now. So let me just get it. I'm just making sure it's properly cued before we go into it. Yeah, so we're going to play that right about now. As I said, it's a very, very interesting one. I suggest that you like and share and that you tell people right now to listen to this one, because this one, believe me, it's about 20 minutes long, but it's worth the listen. Listen to it. You'll hear an elder statesman speaking about the issue of leadership. And you know Dr. Mitchell has been through the gamut. So when it comes to this, he can really speak about the issue of leadership. So we're going to start that right about now.
Particularly for visiting teachers. As a former teacher myself, in fact in politics you're always teaching, it is always heartening experience to interact with those who have been entrusted with a critical task of educating our children, which of course the future of our respective nations, of the region and of the world. The role of teachers is not one to be taken lightly. It is to be admired, of course, respected and emulated. But of course, on the flip side, sisters and brothers, teachers must conduct themselves in a manner deserving of such accolades. You know, that's two sides of the coin. The incredible mandate of teachers makes them an invaluable component of any country's developmental process. And as we strive now to promote sustainable development, your role takes an added significance. Because as we all know, children are in fact the best change agents. And the education is the best tool to bring about positive change. It is important, therefore, that we develop in them from the very young stage an innate desire to adopt a holistic worldview, to always look at a broader picture and to have the long-term vision of growth. Sisters and brothers, over the next few days of your conference, you will be focusing on the theme very appropriately so. Leadership in the times of crisis, promoting sustainable development. I firmly believe that the starting point of any discussion of this important topic is understanding what it is we are all talking about. It is in this context, therefore, we must understand what is leadership. What is qualified or classified as times of crisis, and what is therefore also sustainable development. What is leadership, sisters and brothers? Undoubtedly, leadership might mean different things to different people. But as one leader rightly stated, and that happens to be my own personal view, leadership is the ability to transform vision into reality. On any given day, being a leader can be very, very challenging. And in a period of crisis, it becomes even more so. Crises are an inevitable part of existence, particularly of leadership. The difference between a crisis and a resolution is a human reaction. By that I mean, how do we, especially as leaders, react to the crisis in our daily life? I've long held the view that leaders are not necessarily born. They are made, shaped by circumstances and the time. A crisis is a perfect opportunity for the making of a good leader. Why? Because a crisis demands particular qualities, such as an effective management, calmness, or level-headedness, the ability to rally public opinion by sharing information, decisiveness, and a passion for realizing the best results in the interests of the greater good. These characteristics might not only be revealed when tested. In September 2004, we in Grenada faced an enormous crisis when Hurricane Ivan wreaked havoc across our island, destroying a significant proportion of our building stock, leaving many of our nationals homeless and unexpectedly unemployed. As leaders, whether in business, churches, or schools, despite dealing with our own personal losses, we had to motivate our people, encouraging them to see hope in a similarly hopeless situation. Last year, the region faced a phenomenal crisis with back-to-back Category 5 hurricanes, affecting multiple islands and causing unprecedented damage and destruction. As the then chairman of CARICOM, I visited some of the affected islands with several of my colleagues as a sign of solidarity with our fellow Caribbean people. In my view then, wasn't easy to see a brother or sister hurting, or feel so helpless because the sheer magnitude of the disaster makes anything but a magic wand seem absolutely inadequate. But having experienced a similar crisis myself, I could have genuinely empathized and offer advice based on the Grenada experience, sharing what we have done to rebuild and recover and to promote sustainable development. With increasingly unpredictable weather patterns and storms of increasing intensity becoming the new norm, we are equally likely to experience more crises of that nature, which inevitably puts leaders to the test and requires to adapt to the new normal. As leaders, we must ensure that there is a complete understanding of the overall impact of every decisions and actions that are taken during such periods. It's important that decisions are not made hastily, but with considerable thought, particularly as it relates to the potential impact and consequences, sisters and brothers. Importantly too, leadership involves serious consultation and being equipped with the relevant facts of the situation and talking to persons to obtain diverse views from which to draw an appropriate conclusion and to devise a solution to a particular problem. This is particularly important in situations where unpopular actions need to be taken. In situations where conflicts exist, there must be a clear understanding that there is no complete righteousness on any side of the fence. Good leadership requires a willingness to compromise, to understand that solutions are found in the ability to be flexible, and to understand that solutions we're doing that always have the greater good must be the final solution. As leaders, our decisions must be able to withstand the test of times. Therefore, critical decisions should always be sustainable over the long term. In other words, whatever we do, not just be about today. What about tomorrow? What about 20 years from now? What is the impact of those decisions? This is directly related to promoting sustainable development of any country. Sustainable development speaks to employing elements that will collectively and over the long term facilitate progress. The goal is to maximize the use of available resources to achieve the greatest benefit, and to do so responsibly so that you do not threaten future development. Bearing in mind, sisters and brothers, that future generations should have similar access to those actions that those results to facilitate further growth and development. To ensure that leadership is sustainable over time, it requires firm conviction. We must realize and believe that the decisions we make are intended for the benefit of the majority, not only for a select group of persons. Backlash based on some decisions and actions are inevitable, but that is where conviction comes in, sisters and brothers. Conviction comes in. My friends, leadership is not, and I repeat, is not a popularity contest. It is not about who you like or who you dislike. And this is extremely important. That is coming deep down from my heart. If we in leadership make decisions because we want everybody to like us, we will destroy people and nations. It does not work, sisters and brothers. Sometimes you have to stand alone, sisters and brothers. Stand alone and be counted. But you know something? When you're right, time will always prove you right. Time will always prove you right. You may be cursed today, but tomorrow you will be praised tomorrow. This is so crucial, friends, and I'm speaking with someone who passed through enough. Decisions that I have made, I was vilified, cursed. But you know, when you believe something, you don't change just because you're being cursed. You have to stand for something. And that's the only thing that time will in fact feel. You would feel in the end results, sisters and brothers. It is easy to fall into the trap of doing what might be popular or what might appeal to a particular group. That is always easy, especially in the politics. You want everybody to like you. The challenge is to see the bigger picture and to be ever mindful of the way every decision affects another person. The bigger picture is not always initially visible or even visible at all to everyone concerned. But leadership also demands the bigger picture must be explained. People that might not always agree with your decisions, but they will respect it as long as they are armed with information and it is seen as fair. This helps them to better understand why you as a leader felt compelled to make that decision in the interest of the greater good. My experience as a leader over the years has been simply this. The decisions must be well explained, but it has to be fair. A decision that is made on an occasion with one person with the same facts, but another decision made with another person with the same facts. That is when you find yourself in major problem. In other words, decision must be fair to all concerned. Whether you like the person or you do not like the person, that has to be totally irrelevant. Stand for what is right, regardless of the personalities involved. That's my experience, sisters and brothers. My friends, crises provide teachable moments and are therefore considered opportune times to accelerate required action. The existence of crisis tends to add greater impetus to the decision-making process, and it gives a sense of urgency to getting things done. My dear sisters and brothers and friends all, here in the region, time and recent crisis, mainly natural, have indeed taught us that our approach to development must be sustainable. We must adopt the right policies, incorporate the right practices, and adequately leverage our resources to facilitate sustainable development over the long term. My friends, the times in which we live demand visionary leadership at all levels. From leaders who make decisions through reasoned thinking, those who show a heart of compassion for their constituents. And at the end of the day, the key is that through all of this, leaders must ensure that the people around them, their community, or the institution they have, the mandate to lead, emerges stronger and more stable in the process. For you, this might mean your students. In other words, everything you do must take into consideration the impact on these students. Everything else, friends, must be seen as secondary. Because ultimately, they are the future of all societies. What impact on them negative today will hurt all of us tomorrow. For us as politicians, it means a broader constituency. Together, we are collectively responsible for communities of the country's sustainable development. And we must never take this lightly. In other words, everyone must have a share of the pie. In the end, I believe a leader is as good as the community or institution that he or she represents. My dear sisters and brothers, keep this in mind. As you deliberate over the next few days, in doing so, it is my hope that you will achieve the stated objectives and create a pathway that will support the goals of the Caribbean Union of Teachers and that of its members, including the Grenada Union of Teachers. After all, you hold our future, our sustainable future, in your hands. It is my view, therefore, as you move forward with your activity, knowing the importance of your role and the significance you hold, in the future of all our lands, I can only wish you the best. And to say to you, I would always consider myself, first and foremost, a teacher, nothing less. Because I know, without good teachers and good parents, I will not be standing here today. I simply will not be standing here today. And therefore, you will have my continuous support. As the chairman said, with the problems now existing, let's stay at the table. We will find a solution that is just for all and sundry. I thank you for this special invitation, and I wish you all the very best. And realize, when I spoke tonight, I'm speaking from my heart. You may not like everything I say to you, but if I don't say it, I will not be me. I'm still your friend, every single one of you, especially the president of the Grenada Union, my very good friend.
Yes, indeed. And that's what you call leadership, eh? Yeah. Mr. Technical Man, you have a photo to throw it up. Put up that photo. Let me show people. You see some people that want to play the
leadership and togetherness.
Leadership. I heard Dr. Mitchell's mom said it, eh? And I realized that he lives by that as well. I ain't seen it. You put it up,
Yeah. Okay.
You put it up there? Nice. Yeah. I heard Dr. Mitchell's mom said it. And it's something that I realized that she made sure that she really, really put into her children. Don't ever hold people in mind. Don't ever hold people in mind, you see? Yeah, that's Prime Minister and the President of the Teachers Union hugging up.
Yeah,
man. And that's a genuine hug there.
Unity is
You see a
strength.
beer hug, a little game there.
Yeah. Unity is strength, man.
That's a beer hug there. Yes, indeed. Folks, the phone lines the phone lines are open 440-7377. We just have a few minutes remaining.
Yes, 347-329-3101.
Yes, indeed. All right, so you can give us a call. Leadership, several aspects of leadership. Some of the takeaways there. Leadership is not a popularity contest.
Can't be.
Yeah, it's not a popularity contest. You don't make decisions because you want to be popular. You make decisions because they are the right decisions to make at the time. Not because they are popular decisions and not because people will necessarily love you because you make that decision, but because they are the correct, the right decision to make at the time that you make them.
And you feel good about them.
Yeah.
Carol, good morning to you, my dear.
Also, leadership is not about ego. It's not about you. Leadership is about how you can guide, direct, and assist others. I got that there too. And also the test of a leader is not during the good times. It's during the rough times. Yeah, like he mentioned Hurricane Ivan.
One most testing.
Ivan, and then remember you had Emily. A lot of us just forget Emily came after too.
But even
so you had Ivan and Emily.
But even that entire 5-year span from 2003 to 2008, I think was the most difficult period for Dr. Mitchell as a leader. Right? And so with not just Ivan and Emily and so, but politically and so, you had all sorts of things, and he had to ensure that he held his team together and Grenada together to move forward.
Yeah,
good morning and welcome.
Oh, good morning or good afternoon?
Well, good morning. We're still in the morning.
Yes, we're still in the morning.
Good morning to you, sir. And how are you doing today?
Oh, we're good.
Long time I hear your voice.
Okay.
I love that speech. Trust me. You're right when you say this is about the best speech you heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To me, this is a good speech on leadership. And that used to be my utterance and still is my utterance. Leadership is uncompromising when you have this situation to dispense. But you see, if you go back a few years before, when these problems that we have now surfaced, if that kind of leadership did rise up to deal with this situation, then we would not have had what we have today. So the gentleman is right. But this is the now that he's dispensing. How about the past? And that is my concern as it leads to leadership. Is not a seasonal thing. Because leadership don't compromise. Leadership is not a position, it is action.
No, leadership.
At the right time.
I disagree. Leadership does compromise.
Compromise what?
No, at times you have to understand.
Compromise on good principles, sir.
No, you don't compromise on principle.
Right.
But
you
do have to. You can't hold an inflexible position as a leader. You have to take various things into consideration, and that's compromising.
There is no flexibility there. You have to dispense it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because if you go compromising on good principles, eventually you're going to damage leadership. You have to hold on to the good principles all the time, regardless of what. So I love the speech. I would like to get a copy of the speech. Trust me.
Okay.
I love it.
No problem. We'll make sure that to get a copy to you.
Have a great day, sir.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
440-7377
and 347-329-3101. Still got a few minutes. Anyone wants to chime in? You know,
I believe that anyone with interest in leadership should listen to that speech.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone with interest in leadership, and you're hearing it from somebody who has been through the gamut. Yeah? And we say Ivan and Emily. You had Tropical Storm Lenny, that was the wrong direction storm that came and licked up the West Coast.
The upside down storm.
Yeah, that was going the wrong direction, flew in the wrong direction, and caused the storm surge. That damaged Granans Beach, that damaged the road in Grand Mall, and
the whole on the western side.
Yeah, that's changed the way I approach golf, everything. He's been through that. And then you had other incidents and so, landslides, floods, those sort of things. And I mean, there's just so much that he's been through as a leader. So when he speaks, it's definitely
Experience.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello. Hi, morning. You're live caller.
We lost that one.
Oh boy, yeah. Someone is calling again. I'm sure I hear a beep. Yeah, so let's go back to the phone.
Good morning and welcome.
Pleasant morning to you all, gentlemen.
Yes,
morning,
my
sir.
friend, you
And to
just
your
beat the
listening
bell.
audience. Well, I must say, I won't get deep into the speech now. But Dr. Mitchell leadership, in my opinion, is close to being unquestionable. And the reason why I say that, and it also shows the depth of that man and his leadership skills, ability is this. Dr. Mitchell have presided over Grenada's most difficult period since 1983. Whether it was Hurricane, whether it was Hurricane Ivan, or whether it was the economy. You understand what he had to deal with in 2013. And each time the gentleman have presided over our most perilous time, each time he has taken us out of that environment successfully into a better place. And there is no question about that. After Ivan, the whole world was surprised that Grenada was able to bounce back in the short space of time that it did. Look at our recent economic situation after the last election. I mean,
after Hurricane NDC.
No, yeah, in 2013, after that election. Look at where Grenada was, and look at where Grenada is today. Look at where we was 5 years after. So this man leadership, all who question it is from a standpoint of pure envy and jealousy for whatever reason. That's our and hate. You understand? But the man has been successful because he has all the leadership qualities. And you know what I like about him? Which was what used to irk me when I was at NDC. He takes firm position despite the fact that a large percentage of the population might be against it, but he holds firm because he knows that's the right decision, and he knows at the end of the day the majority of people will benefit, and the flag that comes with it, he is more than prepared to handle it. Gentlemen, you all have a pleasant weekend.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, principles in leadership, and it comes out of experience. It comes out of experience.
Lots
over
of
30
experience.
years in politics, frontline politics. Also being a teacher himself in the past, both at the secondary school level and then at the university level. And so leading his party, making the right decisions. It doesn't mean that
difficult decisions.
It doesn't mean that he's always made the right decision in the past, but it means that he understands what leadership is.
And a lot of unpopular decisions, but the right ones.
Yeah, some people may say it's not the right decision.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise God. Hallelujah.
Okay, I think that's Fred Joy.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
All right, 4407377. That's
we are out of time.
We out of time?
Oh, we are.
We don't even have time to take one more. No, well, we can't even take one more call. But folks, there will be a rebroadcast of today's program at 8 p.m. tonight via CRFM 89.5 and at 10 p.m. in Brooklyn via 94.9. And Zim, we're going to run the video again a little later. 8 o'clock tonight to run the video. So the live will be live again tonight. And we're going to make sure that we put up the video, the entire video via the Hard Talk page. Yeah? It's already there. Okay, yeah. So the entire video is there via the Hard Talk page. But before we go, Zim, one more time, for the people out there in radio land, not radio land, the people out there who viewing on internet land, show them the picture again there. Must understand, never hold hate in your heart towards anybody. Never hold hate in your heart towards anybody.
And pay attention to the leaders.
Basing basing your leadership on hate will get you nowhere.
Can't work.
Yeah? You have to understand that. Basing leadership on hate will get you nowhere. That's why Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he ain't no hate in his heart. Yeah?
That's why he's a leader.
Mm-hmm. And a successful one at that.
Very much so.
Folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romain.
And in whatever you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you.
Not about you.
Yeah, and for those of you that want a copy of that speech, message me.
Yes.
Yeah, 4065422. That you should be able to get me on that one.
Leadership.
Message me.
Leadership.
Yeah, leadership. I'm willing to send it to you.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so powerful that if you listen with an open mind to what is being said, there's a lot that individuals can gain from that. As I said, I believe that's one of, if not the best speech by Dr. Mitchell. Leadership. And I wish every young person in Grenada could hear that speech as well. That's all the time we have for Hard Talk. We are out of here.
Well, we seen no parang this year.
But wait, that ain't true.
No! This year, Parang City will be transformed as we move to the Hillsborough Market Grounds. 2 nights of Parang, Hillsborough Market Grounds. Saturday, December 15th, we kick it off with the Night of Culture. Hosanna bands, cultural performances, live entertainment, choral singing, and much, much more. Then on Sunday, December 16th, the Melee starts. Melee Parang Night. 6 bands will be on stage, in addition to Linky, Hess, and the Boys of Dub Grenada, Kingman and Jamo, and Mo Parang from Trinidad, Prince Unique, and Impulse. And what's incredible, admission is absolutely free all weekend long. Just support the food and the bar. With juggling by DJ specialists, Dirty Sound, Pirate, Powered by Foundation Sound. Parang 2018, bigger, better. Hillsborough Market Ground, Carrico, the tradition lives on. Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.